Deal. I will, and that's a useful. The idea of having a benchmark will be valuable to everybody. So when we talk about technology competition in national security these days, we talk about China, which is a near peer competitor of a sort that the United States really has never had in modern times. Curious what you think, again, from your perspective, running DARPA, about whether we're still in the lead in technology vis-a-vis China, and whether you're concerned in any particular areas about the United States losing that lead.
You know, technology is really complex. And so, even in a specific discipline, for example, say quantum, you're going to find subdisciplines and sort of sub-subdisciplines. And in any one of those, I believe that there are some in which China is doing much better than we are, and there are others in which we are doing much better than they are in the sense of advancement. Better is probably a terrible word to use. It's simply of who is moving faster and who is farther ahead. Yes, I do think there are areas where we have lost ground. I think there are a lot of areas in which the U.S. continues to maintain the lead, and we're focusing really hard on the kinds of things that we would need to do to excite more people to thinking about sort of contributing to that mission of technological excellence and global leadership.
Just want to ask you, what are the areas that you think we are losing the lead, as you mentioned?
Um, there are some aspects. You've heard people talk about things like artificial intelligence and machine learning. There are certain aspects of AI and machine learning in which I think China has been able to move forward more quickly. I think that in any area, particularly where you have, a heavy government focus on certain technologies, that um, they have been able to make strides much more quickly. It's also much more focused and in some ways easier to see. If you think about it, the U.S. Um, technology, science and technology landscape is really distributed, and it's across hundreds of research universities, small companies, large companies, as well as government and nonprofit research. And so it's often a little bit harder to be able to pull that focus together. And some of the kinds of things that we might be working on are things that don't always get advertised. So it, I don't think there's a good way to give you a quantitative comparison, except to say that there are certainly fields that we're paying close attention to.